Hey guys, it's Ashley here. Welcome back. So I thought I would do a video on common makeup mistakes and how to fix them. So many times we will make simple mistakes with our makeup, and instead of like completely starting over, there's little tips and tricks that we can use to just fix those. We will either contour too much, where our contour will be too dark, or maybe we put on too much blush, it's too pink or too red. Maybe we've put on too much highlighter where we look like we're just about to glow. Maybe our eyeliner, if we're doing a wing, it gets messed up. That happens to me actually a lot with my wing eyeliner. Maybe we have fallout from our eyeshadow. A lot of mistakes happen like that. There's ways where we can fix those without actually having to completely wash off our makeup and completely start over. So I just thought I would do a video on common makeup mistakes and how we can fix them. So first off, contoured. We've contoured too much where it looks muddy. Maybe with our blush, we've used too much because the pigment is too dark, too bright, where we maybe look like a baby doll. You know, baby dolls, they have those bright pink cheeks. So we have bright pink cheeks. Or maybe we've used too much highlighter, so we look gray and ashy. So I've actually done this to my face where I've got too much contour, it's too dark, I've got too much blush, and I've got too much highlighter. So how do I fix that? Well, it's easy. All you have to do is take your blending sponge or your beauty blender or your brush with some of the foundation still on it from where you used it earlier, and just press that back into the skin. So you can use, I think I'll fix this side. So you can use your beauty blender or your foundation brush where you have used that earlier when you were applying your foundation, and just press that into the skin and blending that back into the skin, so it's removing the excess and you're fixing that. Okay, so this had excess foundation from where I applied it earlier, so I'm just pushing that back in to the skin, and it's basically covering that back up, but it's blending that excess product so that you can't see that. So okay, so then I'm going to take my beauty blender and kind of pat that back in again so that blends that back in. Okay, so see here, too much here, that looks way better. So now I have fixed that area, and now I can go back with my product again and fix that. Okay, so that's simple, easy fix. So now all I have to do is just go back in with my contour and just kind of fix that, you know, buff that back out, and fix this side of my face. And we've got that area, that mistake fixed. So what I think I will do is I'm going to fix half of my face and leave the other side with the mistake, so you can see the good side and the bad side. Okay, so bad side, good side, bad, good. Okay, so what about when we mess up our winged eyeliner? This actually happens to me a lot. So I've got my wing, I'm drawing it on, and I make a huge mess out of it. Okay, so if you look closely, I've like drawn it out too far, or it's not matching up with this one. In some way, I've messed it up. So what do I do to fix that? So easy fix on this one as well. You can actually use primer to clean it up. So if you use like face primer or eye primer, any type of primer that has dimethicone, which is the slick kind of, the slick substance in the primer, it's the slickness is what it is. It's the slick ingredients that's in the primer. That will clean up the mess up of your eyeliner, basically. So all you have to do is just take like a Q-tip and squeeze a little bit of it out. So see, it's a slick substance, and you can clean up your mistake really easily. Now, if I had on eyeshadow, it would probably remove some of my eyeshadow as well, but that's also easy to fix. Because I could go back in and put some more of that on also. Okay, so that works awesomely. So all I've got to do now is just go in and fix that. And I didn't have to like totally redo that whole area of my makeup. Because wings are the easiest things to mess up on. There, now I have a perfect wing. Bad wing, perfect wing. Okay, so what about when you have fallout from your eyeshadow? That happens a lot too. And sometimes that will happen from the way you put, simply from the way you put your eyeshadow on. So there's a little trick to that, and I'm gonna show you. So a lot of times that is just simply from the way you put too much product on the brush itself, because it falls out, and it's mostly because of the way you're holding the brush upside down. So I've got my brush and I'm just digging it into the eyeshadow, and I'm just packing it onto my eyelid like so. And I'm being very heavy-handed with it. Then you're probably gonna see fallout onto your face from the color. So the way you can fix this is if you hold the brush. First of all, less is more. Less is always more with makeup. So start with a little and just keep building up. So I'm gonna take my brush and I'm just going to lightly tap into my color, get a little bit of color on my brush, and I'm gonna hold my brush upside down and gently sweep it onto my eyelid like so. And when I do it like this, you'll get very little fallout, if any at all. Okay? Plus then it helps you build your color in and blend it. Okay, see, so this eye looks so much better because I'm building up my color and I'm blending it in versus just packing it into my eye, packing it in onto my eyelid. Okay, so this side of my face is looking like a hot mess, whereas this side of my face is looking nice and blended. Everything is blended. My face the foundation, my contour, my blush, my highlight, my eyeliner is nice and neat. My eyeshadow is nice and neat. I'm not having any fallout. It's blending nice and neat. It's all about technique. Hot mess, nice and neat. Okay, another thing that we often probably have a lot of mistakes about is our mascara. So we're putting on our mascara. The very last two things I do when I'm doing my whole face of makeup is mascara and then lipstick. I'll do my entire face, setting spray, and then I do my mascara and then my lipstick. The very last two things I do. So I'm doing my mascara, you know, because my makeup is looking really good. I'm thinking, hey, today is going to be a good makeup day. Oh, how in the world am I going to fix this? Because this side of my face is looking so good, and I've got this nastiness on my face. What am I going to do? Nothing. I'm not going to do nothing. While I'm doing nothing about that mascara mess on my nose, let's talk about lipstick. Okay, so lipsticks, they bleed and they feather, especially if they are dark colors, right? How do we fix that? Well, lip liner is the obvious choice, duh. But another option to lip liner would be a transparent wax lip liner. And that is something that you can actually purchase from Sephora. It is a transparent wax lip liner because it is made to fill in fine lines and wrinkles around your mouth. It creates a barrier so that your lipstick or gloss doesn't spread and bleed. So it's a waxy, colorless lip liner. Okay, so you can use it. And so the good thing about it is you don't have to have a bazillion different colors of lip liner, right? If you're like me, I have a bazillion different colors of lipsticks, but I only need one of these. So I can use this. Now, let's just say though that I don't have that, and I'm using this very gorgeous dark color of lip color, and I'm applying it. And you know what? Nobody's lips are perfect. So you're working at trying to get your lip color on and make it, your lips, you know, the shape of your lips look good. And I just can't seem, I mean, I'm having so much of a trouble here, right? How can I fix this? Well, a couple other ways you can fix the mistake of your lipstick when you've got a bold lip color. So another way to create a barrier from your lipstick from bleeding or feathering is to use translucent powder, because it will create a barrier. But if we've already got to the point where we need to fix our lips to make them look the same, then we can use concealer. So concealer will clean up the mess if no barrier was put down, okay? So if I take like concealer and a fine lipstick brush like so, I can work this to fix any mistakes. So you can use concealer to do that. So it will fix any of the mistakes. And it just takes patience, because it's kind of like, you know, painting a picture. When you're working with color, you have to go back so sometimes you have to kind of work at it. I feel like I have the world's crookedest lips. So sometimes I work at my lips for a while. But that's the price you pay if you want to wear a dark, bright lipstick, right? And yes, I know this color doesn't particularly match the pink eyes. It's a little all off. Not something I would typically wear, but I was just using this as an example. Okay, so that is how you fix your lips. You can use a transparent wax lip liner or a transparent powder to create a barrier if you don't have the specific lip liner color. And then, of course, if they do get messed up after you've already got your lip color on, use concealer to fix around your lips. Now, I still have this Glava mascara on. Remember I said leave it, don't look at it, don't touch it, don't acknowledge it, just leave it there. Well, we've left it there for long enough. We can't go out like this. We still have to fix it. So how do I fix this? Basically, what you're doing is you're letting it dry so that you can just flick it off, okay? So I take my Q-tip and I'm gonna be able to just flick that off like that. If you let it dry, you can just flick it off. If I were to try to do that when it was wet, it would have smeared and I would have had black smear all over my nose. But since I let that dry, it flicked off so easily, and that was it. Okay, so look, I have my good side and my bad side. My bad side is a hot mess. I've got muddy, dark, contour, ashy, too bright, frosty looking highlight, hot pink cheeks. My lipstick is a mess over here. I've got messed up wing. I've got fallout, too bright, too harsh, no blending eyeshadow. But look, over here, everything's nicely blended. I have a nice highlight, a nice just touch of color, a nice little bit of contouring. Everything just looks nice blended over here. Hot mess, nice. Hot mess, nice. Okay, anyways, so I hope that these common makeup mistakes and how to fix them was helpful to you. I just wanted to give you a few little tips and tricks. Hope you found them helpful, and I think that will do it. We'll call it good. Anyways, until we meet again, you all take care of yourselves. Have a good evening, and I will see you next time. Bye.